Thank you for clicking on our video. This is Real Men Fishing. Hi and welcome back to Real Men. This is episode 5 and today me and Archie have decided to come down to Leyland and do a little bit of float fishing. Who knows, maybe later we might chuck one out on a pike, but enough talk, let's get on with it, see what we get today. Now I'm sure that most of you watching will agree there isn't too many better ways of spending a summer day than sitting down by the river.
The fish we've had out of the water so far all seem to be really small. So I have a feeling the big meaty float I'm using isn't showing up all the bites I'm getting. So I'm going to switch up to a smaller float and hopefully we'll get some more in the bag.
Now it may be very pleasant for us to be sitting on the riverbank feeling the lovely warmth of that nice bright sun, but that doesn't necessarily mean that fish are going to feed very well. They do not like bright sunny days, so sometimes just making a slight adjustment to the way you're fishing can really boost them numbers. I think it was right, Archie, about changing floats. You see, the thing was, earlier on, we had such a big ripple in the water, and as you can see, straight into another fish. We couldn't really afford to use the sensitive floats because of the ripple in the water. Not only that, but the river was really busy with boats, and we're in between two locks at the moment, so we had like an undercurrent plus a harsh ripple on the top of the water, so we had to use a bigger float. And because of that, the smaller fish were just not being aggressive enough to take that big float down. But now it's getting a bit later and the boats have calmed down. The wind's dropped a bit as well. We've now been able to switch over to these more sensitive floats. And as you just see then, we are being a little bit more successful with our bites. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of the night, we should have a quite reasonable bag of fish. Even if we didn't catch much, just being there was enough.
As you can see, light's dying down on the river now. Me and Mark, for the past hour or so, we've been chucking some ground bait down, anticipating some bream or some bigger fish later in the evening. The river tends to feed a bit better around about this time. I have a feeling Mark's going to chuck something out for a pike in a little while. So fingers crossed we'll have a predator on the bank.
Okay, so the light is now starting to go down. It's literally just, we've probably got, I'd say, maybe another hour before it really does start getting dark. So this is perfect predator time, really. So I've got myself a wee dead bait now. I'm gonna chuck it out just in front of the tree that's behind me. And fingers crossed, we should get ourselves a nice pike, or maybe a monster perch. Okay, so that was episode 5 of Real Men, and to be honest with you, it was alright, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've done well today, really.
Yeah, I think we did. We didn't end up catching no big pike or big bream or anything like that, but I mean, to be honest, I think we had quite a decent amount of fish. It was a bit tough to start with, wasn't it? But
we had a big bait.
yeah, Archie's idea of changing the floats up into a more sensitive setting was bang on the money, really, because I think we would have struggled if we stuck with the tactics we were doing. So anyway, let's have a little look at what we got.
So most of you have probably tuned in before, and already you've got a good idea of what we're all about. But if you're new, let me fill you in. Real Men fishing isn't about catching the biggest fish. It's not about catching the most fish. We certainly don't sit here talking about what gear you should go rushing out and spending all your money on. We're about sitting down, taking in the sights, chilling to the sounds, and breathing in the smell. But most importantly, never take life too seriously.
Still going, probably treading in dog shit because I'm walking backwards, but we are still going.
We're doing a little bit of, oh, you wanker.
From there, keep going. Still going, we're still going, still going. Every boat that goes past has got that plume of smoke in it, just behind it. Terrible for the environment. Still going. You could just be putting your thumbs up, man. Sun's coming about, Archie. It's going to be your fucking turn now, mate. You don't have to talk to the camera.
The river tends to pick up round about this time, so it makes sense to just lay some groundwork down and groundwork, fucking hell, ground bait. Light's dying down on the river now. We're sticking with a float for now. We've been chucking some ground bait down.
Hell.
What did I say?
I like it like that. I said I like it like that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's 10? What's 10? What are you doing 10 for? 10 minutes? What's that? What is that? What does that mean? I don't do fucking sign language. What? Who's a wanker?